Hi everybody, this is my 3-month post-op video. It has been exactly 3 months or 12 weeks since the surgery, and it has been 3 weeks since my last follow-up video. In that 3 weeks, I will go over the progress that I've made. It has been pretty good. Of course, working a lot on stretching and trying to get a lot of range of motion excuse me, out of my wrist. Still fairly stiff, but I still have a ways to go. Seen the physical therapist 3 times in the last 3 weeks, so once a week, and she seems to be fine with that, and I'm fine with that because I'm making pretty steady progress. A lot of my progress has been made in just the last week or so. In fact, I would have to say that in just the past 3 or 4 days, really starting to feel like I'm starting to have a normal wrist again. Of course, I can't do anything huge, can't do any real heavy lifting or any twisting or anything with really any force, but on just an everyday, day-to-day basis, it's really starting to feel like a normal wrist again. Thank God. So I can do most things, light-duty stuff, and not really have any issues, not really notice anything. Mainly just mild stiffness, but pretty much no pain at this point. So I'm pretty happy, especially in just the last few days. Made quite a bit of progress. One of my subscribers actually had told me that things really start to loosen up at week 12, starting at week 12, and he was definitely right. It definitely just started loosening up quite a bit, which is great. So anyways, if you recall from my last video, still very stiff, and a lot of the stiffness involved pain. Where I'm at right now, and I haven't really done a warm-up yet today, so you're not going to get as you're not going to see as much movement as I kind of would normally get. It depends, but where I'm at right now is from the upward movement, upward flex. I can hold it. I don't know if you can see that right there. Doesn't seem like, you know, a lot more than I had last time, but it actually is, because it's a lot smoother and it's painless, so that's great. Now I can actually take my other hand, and if I assist it, I can actually go quite a bit farther. I would say in that range I'm about 70, close to 80 degrees, which is fantastic. Last video was only about 45 degrees. As far as down, pretty similar. Again, it's a little bit stiff right now because I haven't warmed it up, but if I really warm it up and work it, I can get about 70 degrees, usually not more than about 70 degrees. And as far as the other directions, not much as far as this way. Kind of hard to show on the video, but this way pretty good. The other way, kind of hard to show on the video. It moves better this way. As far as the rotation here, pretty much 100% almost, palms down, and pretty close. It's a little stiff right now, as you can see. I'm about 80%, 90% of the way there. If I really stretch it, I can get it almost 100%. But you can see I can also do it much faster. Before I had to really do it slowly and be very careful. So all in all, I'd say, as far as range of motion, I would say I'm probably about 80–90% of the way. Probably be fair to say 80%. It just depends on whether it's warmed up or not. Like I said, if it's really warmed up, if I'm doing my warm-up routine and then my stretches, by the end of that, I'm like almost 90% in most directions. But just doing things during the day and it not being warmed up, it's more like about 50–60%. So it just kind of depends. But a lot of milestones that I've hit in the last 3 weeks. Some of them might seem pretty ridiculous to you guys, but there are a lot of things you take for granted that you don't realize that you can't do necessarily with a bad wrist. For example, opening a door. Yeah, I know some of you are probably laughing, but you'd be surprised. Opening a door was a struggle for a while, for quite a few weeks after I got the cast off. And as of about a week and a half ago, I can pretty much open a door no problem now. The reason why it's difficult is because you have to be able to do several things. You have to be able to reach down, pivot your wrist a little bit, grasp it, twist it, and then pull it. And if it's a heavy door, that can be a little bit painful. But like I said, as of about a week and a half ago, no problems with that. I can do that pretty easily now. So now that I have my range of motion coming back, I can actually twist the doorknob. And now that I'm not really getting much pain anymore from the ulnar shortening, I don't have any pain pulling the door open anymore. So another one is washing dishes. I struggled with that, still actually struggle with it quite a bit. You take that for granted. Nobody likes to do dishes, but I have to sometimes. And I really couldn't do it. I tried every once in a while the last 3 weeks and would just kind of get frustrated and give up. Trying to hold slippery, soapy dishes with a weak hand, you just drop them all the time. And then it takes a lot of wrist movement to move the dishes around as you're scrubbing it with the other hand. I broke about half the dishes I tried it with. So, you know, little stuff like that you take for granted. But I've pretty much mastered those now. Had a physical therapist appointment today, actually, and asked her where she thought I was at. And she said I probably would need to go about 4 more weeks. Now that doesn't mean I'll be 100% after those 4 weeks, but she just thinks that I need the therapy for 4 more weeks. So that would make it another month. So now being the 3-month mark, that would make it 4 months that I would basically be done with therapy. It could go longer than that, but that's what she thinks. Last week she was thinking 4 to 6 weeks, but I've been doing so good the last week. She's thinking somewhere right around 4 more weeks. My next doctor's appointment is not for another month exactly as well, so probably my last therapy appointment will be at the 4-month mark, and probably I don't want to say my last, but close to last doctor appointment will be at the 4-month mark as well. So let's see, what else? Like I said, you just got to be careful. I can definitely overdo it. There's no doubt about that. But for everyday, normal, light things, it's doing really good right now. The one occasion that I can think of that I did really overdo it was a week and a half ago. I decided to mow the lawn in the backyard for the first time since the surgery. I do my own yard work, or did. And I wore my brace, my wrist brace as well. You know, mowing the backyard involves starting the lawnmower. Didn't use my bad hand though to start it. I used my good hand. Pushing the lawnmower required kind of both hands. I kind of pushed it on my stomach as well, just to take the burden off this hand. And then you have to empty the bag. A little bit of raking and a leaf blower and some stuff. But for the most part, I didn't really use the hand that much. But I did overdo it, probably pushing the lawnmower, I would think. You know, it was about 20 minutes of pushing the lawnmower, I would say. I have a fairly big backyard. And I was in a lot of pain for about 3 days, mainly from the osteotomy side of things. Not so much the internal wrist work, but from the plate or the bone somewhere in there. I got really aggravated by that, and I was in a lot of pain for about 3 days straight. And it really hampered my progress. I'm probably about 3 days behind where I would have been had I not done the yard work. But I learned my lesson. So, anyways, that's pretty much it. I will probably make a video at the 4-month mark after that next doctor's appointment, just to see what he says and where I'm at, and if I am indeed done with physical therapy. So you probably won't see a video from me for at least a month from now. If I forgot anything in this video, or if you have any questions, feel free to send a comment, and I always answer them. So that's pretty much it. Again, thank you all, and I appreciate it, and take care. I'll see you in about a month. Bye.